Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Walking Dead video. In this one here, I want to talk about a teaser that we got for episode 12. It's actually of Aaron and Negan. Aaron finds Negan and he's wearing his Whisperer mask. He has his leather jacket on, his Lucille's back. This just enrages Aaron, he already had a lot of issues with him early on. If you remember in episode 3 of this season, I believe, episode 2 or 3 around there, Aaron and Negan were working together. Negan actually saved Aaron's life, and I think Aaron thought of Negan a little differently, but, he escaped, and seeing this here, like this practically confirms to Aaron that, okay, you really hate us. Everything you told me was a lie. You're joining them now just to get back at us? So I want to talk about what this means, because I do think it practically confirmed that Negan he's working with someone. There is a plan, I guess, to defeat Alpha. And yeah, all of that. We'll talk about all that in this video. Before I jump in, I do have to warn you for spoilers, obviously, for episode 11, which was last night's episode. And I also do want to say, because I've been seeing a lot of feedback from last night's episode, just on my review, or I guess on my trailer breakdown video, and everyone seems to really have loved the episode. Like, everyone's reaction for the most part, I would say like 90% is, it was just amazing. Even all the emotional stuff, they really loved all the scenes between Daryl and Judith, Daryl and Ezekiel. I mean, Daryl with everyone. The music, the theme of, our doomsday is coming. The hilltop is going to be done. We're going to be finished. I also should clarify, because I rewatched this actually last night. I rewatched the episode last night. And I did see that Daryl said that if something goes really bad with the hilltop, we're all going to pack up and regroup at the ocean side, which is, I think, is where they're going. I mentioned in my review or in my trailer breakdown that maybe they can go to Alexandria, because it probably would be the safest place, but I think they will get back there at some point. Like, they have to get back there, just because there are certain people there, and it makes sense that you want to go protect that community as well. So at some point, they're going to have to get back there. The Barrington house is going to be destroyed. There's no way you're going to be able to radio into Alexandria. I guess you could from Oceanside. The point is, they'll probably be back in Alexandria at some point, but the first stop is most likely going to be Oceanside, which I think also makes sense. That does actually line up with Michonne's final episode, if you think about it, because Michonne, she left from Oceanside to Virgil's base. That episode is airing not this Sunday, but the Sunday after. In episode 12, we're probably going to see everybody go to the Oceanside, and we'll deal with some Alpha stuff and all of that, but everyone will most likely be in that area. We'll have Michonne's final episode where, when she does return from Virgil's base, because I'm expecting her to return to at least say goodbye to our characters, she'll probably return to Oceanside, I'm thinking, right? That makes sense. She's probably going to take a boat back or something like that, and she'll get off at Oceanside. So Daryl, everyone else will be there already. They just lost the hilltop. They need weapons of mass destruction, I guess. I don't know. I mean, Virgil promised these crazy weapons. I don't know what they're talking about here. And so maybe Michonne does deliver on that. Virgil actually gives her all of those weapons, but then she also has some more information on Rick. Thus, she leaves, and then we have all these weapons which can help defeat the Horde. But now we have to get these weapons to Alexandria. That could be kind of the rough plan. Keep some of the weapons in Oceanside, keep some of them in Alexandria, and yeah, we have to defeat this Horde. There's a lot of stuff here that we can talk about, and I imagine we will be talking about for the next couple of weeks. But for now, let's just talk about where we're at right now, which is with Negan and with Aaron, and everyone has lost the hilltop, and we have everyone scattered, and then Aaron here comes across Negan, which I love this scene a lot. I love that Aaron finds Negan dressed up like this, like with that jacket on, with Lucille, or Lucille 2.0, and then with the mask on. You know what I mean? It's like, it's Aaron's worst dreams realized, basically, because Negan was kind of responsible for Eric's death, right? He also really hates the Whisperers. Seeing this here, it's just, this is why Aaron says here in the teaser, it would be stupid not to kill you. And from Aaron's point of view, it makes a lot of sense. Like, he doesn't really know what's going on. To him, he's just seeing what Negan's doing, right? I really just love Ross Marquand as Aaron. I mean, he's just such an amazing actor. One of my favorite characters, and I wasn't expecting that when he first showed up in season 5. I liked the character of Aaron then. I liked him in season 5 and 6 and stuff like that, but there was nothing there that would make him like one of my favorite characters. And now, I mean, I guess maybe because he just looks so badass now. Before, he was just wearing very casual clothes, right? Because they were living in Alexandria. They didn't really see hard times at all since the beginning. Now, if you look at him, he has this crazy arm, and he just, like, that beard. He's giving me comic Rick vibes, and yeah, the actor is just really great. Like, I really like this character. Now, when Aaron goes to Negan, Aaron wants to kill him, right? And Negan's like, I can explain. He's trying to calm him down. He's saying, don't do anything stupid. I can explain, And so I think this basically confirms right here that there is something going on here. You know what I mean? It's not just going to be a Negan wanted to join the Whisperers, and that was basically it. I mean, it is possible that someone let him out and Negan had no idea who let him out, but Negan's just planning this in general, right? there might not be an actual plan sort of thing. Like, we're all thinking that Daryl either did it or Carol or worked with Negan to do this, to kill Alpha, but maybe not. Maybe Negan's just doing this on his own. Doesn't really matter. The end result is Negan is still on our side, and he's trying to tell Aaron, like, no, I'm on this side right now for a reason. I'm not doing this just because I hate you guys or something like that. I actually want to be a part of your community. I saw what Rick was trying to teach me. Alexandria is something special, and we saw that in season 9, right? When Negan went back to the sanctuary, he realized there's nothing here for him, and even when he was here, even if there was people here, it meant nothing to him. He didn't care to live like that anymore. He wants to be a part of a community, and he missed Alexandria. That's why he went back to that cell, because he was just happier being there. I also do want to point out that Luke is actually hurt too from the battle. So something's going to happen where he gets knocked out, and it looks like he got hit in the head. He has that little gash there. So yeah, I don't think it means a death, obviously. I think Luke's going to be around for a while, which I hope, because I love Dan Fogler. I'm hoping he's around for at least a couple more seasons. But then we see Negan able to flee after walkers show up, which is, I mean, I do find it weird that just wearing a mask automatically makes you immune, or I guess camouflage is the right word, to walkers. You know what I mean? Like, just wearing that, all of a sudden it's like this superpower. Or, I mean, it makes sense. There is that odor coming from it, and depending on what else you're wearing, if you're acting like a walker, they would more ignore you and go for someone who is more, I mean, I don't even know. I guess I don't know why I'm trying to explain what walkers do, because it's all very unrealistic anyways, right? Trying to explain a zombie, but walkers do show up, and Aaron is forced to flee because Luke's on the ground, and obviously he doesn't want walkers to kill Luke. So he has to deal with those walkers, which allows Negan to be able to run away. I just love this scene in general, just because it's like, you know, like Negan's in the middle of running somewhere, and it's the aftermath of the Battle of the Hilltop, and everyone is scattered, but there's like this little moment that happens in the woods where Aaron comes across Negan. It's awesome because no one has found Negan in a very long time. This is the first time where someone has actually saw him since he escaped in episode 5. I also do want to point out that the director of last night's episode, Michael Satrazemis, I might be saying his name wrong, but he did say that the roadblock was intentional. Like, Negan was hoping Daryl would get it and gather a militia together, which is what happened. So something is going on here. I pointed that out in my review too, that when Daryl did say it was him or it's Negan or something like that, I can't remember exactly what he said, he didn't seem shocked or surprised. He almost seemed relieved, like he's sending us a message. He's with her now, sort of thing. And just using the words "he's with her now," it's like they already pre-planned this. Like, they planned for Negan to go with Alpha, somehow get really close to her and then kill her, right? That was Negan and Daryl's plan, and Negan did that and sent this message to Daryl, and he was like, oh, he's with her now. I don't know, this whole entire thing of who let Negan out of the cell, it's still bugging me. It really might not be a thing at all that ever gets answered, because maybe it was, I don't know, I think it kind of needs to be answered, because that was sort of random how he was let out. Brandon Rose, or not Brandon Rose, that was the comic, but Brandon, he asked him, who let you out? And Negan just did not answer. So I'm thinking it's Daryl. It has to be Daryl, right? Overall, though, I am very, very hyped for this episode. I'm really hyped in general for just, I guess, Negan's story in all of this. Negan, Daryl, and Alpha, and Carol. Those 4 main characters right there, because with Negan, obviously, I want to see the reveal that he is on our side, and what that does to, like, Carol and Daryl and stuff like that. I also want to see Alpha's final scene. I'm really excited for that. But there's also stuff with, like, Daryl and Carol, because Carol wants Alpha dead. You know, like, she really wants her dead. How pissed off is she going to be if Negan's the one to do it? It might actually bug her a lot. She might just be more relieved and stuff, but it still might piss her off a lot. She'll probably calm down from it, but I imagine just seeing that, like, she wasn't the one to do that, she doesn't get that revenge that she is seeking right now, and so she's going to have to be forced to deal with her own emotions. She won't know what to do with herself, so I think it is going to bug her. Unless, of course, Carol and Negan were working together with all of this, but I think it was more Negan and Daryl. And with Daryl, I just want to see what happens to him and Lydia, because I think he's out looking for Lydia. How does that play a role with Alpha's final scene and with Negan maybe killing her? I really am just unbelievably hyped for episode 12. There's a lot of moving factors here. I want to see how it all comes together. I want to see how this arc finally wraps up in next week's episode. At least the main, like, Alpha and Whisper fight arc. Obviously, after Michonne's final episode, we'll be dealing with the aftermath. Beta is still going to be around, I imagine. There's going to be that horde. They'll have to deal with that, but the main big bad, Alpha, is gone, and so the Whisperers are going to be scattered everywhere. They won't know what to do anymore. But let me know what you guys all think. Post all your thoughts down below. What are your predictions for episode 12? What do you think is going to happen with Negan in that episode? Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.